I was strolling on the internet, as I do.
As you do.
As I do. And, I was saying this on Fireside. My wife started watching The Bachelor a couple nights ago. And it's back, which means 21 weeks of Bachelorette every fucking night, 5 nights a week or whatever it is. There's so much of that show that goes on, the different versions of it and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And it got me really thinking about dating in general and how difficult dating in general really is. And especially in 2021. And I'm not even dating. I have no clue what it's all about. I'm just guessing that it's really a lot harder than it was when I was there. Yes. I mean, I'm lucky to have kind of fallen into a situation where I fell in love very quickly and we got married and it ended up working out. So far.
Yes, me too. Me too.
But in 2021...
But I do hear from the singles out there. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. The rules have changed. The game plan is not the same as it used to be. Mm-mm. And people get hurt. Feelings get hurt. Things happen. But so rudely these days, so rudely and intentionally, that it really makes me think either people are turning into big assholes or they're all scaredy cats. It's, you're so scared of everything that you have to ghost everybody on the moment's notice.
It's an aversion to conflict.
Any little thing that bothers you.
Except if you're behind a total, anonymously. Then you're good. Then you'll troll away and tell everybody they suck.
That's right.
But when it comes to somebody knowing who you are,
then that's a whole different story altogether. Forget about it.
Yep.
So I decided that I would go and I would take a look at some old... I found a video, a dating do's and don'ts. How you ask out a girl on a first date. This is from the 1940s. You want to hear this? It's an old PSA.
Yes.
You know how we like to go through the old PSAs.
Yes.
Let me make sure I got it all set up here. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a listen to... Oh, wait, that's not it. I'm on the wrong channel. As I am.
As you do.
As I do. The studio almost exploded this morning. Yes. We're lucky to be recording right now, actually.
The camera went flying into a corner of the room.
I know. I told you're going to hear this probably twice, but I'll tell it again. I went to go get paper in the closet that's right behind the camera, and as I did, my leg caught the wire that's keeping the camera connected.
You didn't jump the wire higher enough. No, your toe.
It's 5 feet high.
Your toe
and my toe caught it, and the camera just went whoop. It totally bent an entire USB port, almost in a U shape.
Where we even looked at it and said, was it always like that?
Yeah. It almost looks like it was made that way because it got moved with such force. Surprised it didn't take the computer with it. You can see it on youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. Okay, okay. All right. I know. I'm always fucking up something, but here we are. We're here and back and
okay.
Better than ever. Okay, now let's listen. This is choosing a date, getting a date in 1943. I think this is what this is. Here we go.
How do you choose a date? Whose company would you enjoy? Well, one thing you can...
A stripper?
...can consider is looks.
One thing you can consider is looks.
One thing.
If I'm a betting man, if this is your first date, you should probably go with the looks.
Yeah, it's the cover of the book.
Yeah, that's right.
Thought of Janice and how good-looking she was. He'd really have to rate to date somebody like her. Except, well, it's too bad Janice always acts so superior and bored. She'd make a fellow feel awkward and inferior.
Janice always ends up making things so boring.
Janice does.
Janice. She's a real fucking nutneck. Can't trust Janice with your feelings. She's so hot, but she's a snooze fest, I'm telling you. Never in the histories of ever has that mattered to a teenage boy. But good try, narrator.
What about Anne? She knows how to have a good time.
She's a real sleazebag. How about that Anne? She's got a reputation with the boys. Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how to make the fellow with her relax, have fun too. Yes, that's what a boy likes. He wants to know he's appreciated. Anne would be fun on a date.
Nope, boy don't care about either of those things. I'll tell you what he cares about. We're talking to like 15-year-olds here.
Yeah.
A kid does not think that clearly about whether or not he's going to have fun, about whether or not she pays attention to him. You know what a boy cares
Trial
about?
and error.
Yeah, boobs.
How do you ask for a date?
Tinder. I mean, isn't that the way you do it? You go on Instagram and you say, hey, this girl I know, she's a single girl. She wrote on her Instagram, hey is not a pickup line. You will instantaneously be deleted. Yes. But I think back to my Tinder days, and I'm pretty sure hey was what I put on every girl I swiped right. I was like, hey.
You could at least do the Heey. Hey.
Well, sometimes I put hey with a winky face. And sometimes I put a hey with my winky face. My jackrabbit with extender winky face. There's no extender, though. It's just a jackrabbit. Hides in a hole most of the time. Comes out for feeding. I want to be clear. I have never sent an unsolicited dick pic in my entire life.
What about this?
Ian? Well, how about a date? Well,
really? No thanks, Woody.
Well, Anne's a real bitch.
Yeah.
Well, Woody didn't give it his best try. Hey, Anne, how about a date? But that is the hey. What? What? That was too funny. Yeah, he didn't give it the old college try there. He basically said the 1940s equivalent of hey.
At least say your hair looks pretty or something.
Thank you.
Well, suppose he did it this way.
When the narrator goes, you know you're in trouble.
Hi, Ann. What you doing Saturday night?
Well, I guess I'm busy.
Oh, yeah? Any chance of giving him the brush off for me?
Well, of all the nerve.
Well,
of all the nerve. Wow, Woody's got game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real greaser style.
Yeah, I know.
I'm picturing like a pompadour.
No, it's like Leave It to Beaver. He's got like the wool suit on or whatever. And the thing is here, listen, you remember what having an old phone was like. You'd have to pick up and you'd have to call at a certain time and you'd have to pray that the parents didn't answer the phone because then you'd have to talk to them. Hey, is Mandy there? Who is this? This is Brian. What do you want to ask? Yeah. The whole 9 yards. I want to ask her on a date, you old hag. Get her on the phone. What? What? Who's this? What?
Right.
Krissy and I were saying on an episode ago, there was a guy who could call the police department to complain that the police officers had stolen his weed. When they complained that they had stolen his weed, I'm going to give me 1 second. I'm going to turn this off because it's causing color fluctuations in our video. Let me stop to pause and explain to the audience what's going on, why I just said that. It's because I broke the camera. And so when I broke the camera, we had this whole discombobulated thing. We have a TV that's right behind the camera that Krissy and I can see each other on when we're doing the show. So we know if, we look good and all that other good shit. But because I probably broke that whole system, it no longer works. So I turned on a television show while we were recording.
Which was a man playing with a Barbie. I noticed
a man playing with a Barbie. That's right. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is heading in the wrong
and then
direction.
There's just a Barbie commercial, so that's funny.
I know. Contextual advertising. It's all the wave of the future. So Krissy and I did this show the other day. The guy calls back to say,
911.
911. He calls 911 and he says, hey, I want my weed back. To which the officer says, give me your name. And every time the officer asked him a question to which he obviously didn't want to answer or he needed extra time to answer, he'd go, what? So the officer would be like, what's your name? What?
That's not the point. What county is this?
That's not the point. I want my weed back. Well, where are you staying? What?
It's a good all-around answer.
Good all-around answer. If you need to stall for time, just scream what? Yeah, people will be confused. Is he having an episode? What's going on over there? What? Brian, are you okay? What?
Is there another way?
Ann? This is Woody. Well, I have a ticket for the High Teen Carnival Saturday, and, well, would you like to go?
What?
What? First of all, the carnival was called the High Teen Carnival.
High teens.
It's we're watching the birth of the very first insane clown pothy gathering of the juggalos. The High Teen Carnival. What?
The high teen
I
carnival.
sure hope that Peggy says yes.
I do.
Why, yes, Woody. I'll have to talk to my folks about it, but I think I can go. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, shall I pick you up about 8 o'clock?
That's fine, Woody. 8 o'clock Saturday. I think it'll be all right, but I'll let you know for sure.
Why does every woman in all of these things, every girl, every woman, why do they all sound like wind-up dolls? It's like you pull the string.
Right, that's
Sure, I'd be glad to go. Would you like to go on the date? I have to ask my parents. It's just too cliche to be real.
It is.
Bye. A date with Woody. Saturday.
Date
with Woody.
Saturday.
What a name,
What
too.
will I wear? How much makeup should I put on?
All of it.
Who's bringing the prophylactics? We're going to the high teen carnival. I got to get some sticky icky.
Yeah.
I better steal some sticky icky from Dad. Dad, can I have some of your sticky icky? What? Oh my God, this is too funny now.
Is she getting ready in her
Is
boudoir?
that the new Yeezy song?
Yee.
Yee. Is that X57 or whatever that guy's name is? Little Nas,
Lil
Big
Nas
Nas. What's that?
Little Nas X.
Little Nas X. There you go.
It is.
Yeah, she's getting ready to her boudoir. Of course she is. No, this is her. I think this is her mom whistling, and she's going to go talk to
Oh,
her
her
mom.
mom's like in the kitchen.
Yeah,
using
she's
that
in
new
the
whirlpool.
using that new whirlpool dishwasher, where you do everything
Right.
except rinse them. You wash them, put them in the rack, and we'll wash them again. You actually wash them and make sure they're clean, and we'll throw some water on them. $7,000. Get a new mortgage on your house.
Come in. Hi, Ann. Hi, Judy.
Wow, this is two Twinkle Toes here.
Oh,
Hi,
Ann. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy. Hi, Ann. Her mom walks in. How are you girls doing? You can't tell the difference between
I
the
know.
voices. This is something straight out of casting.
What are you doing? Why aren't you being Chris' two little sisters? I'm getting ready for my date tonight with Woody. Oh, he's nice. A date, huh?
He's got a nice ass.
Nice Woody.
Where do you think he got that nickname from? All the girls in 11th grade are talking about it. He's got a high-hard one. I saw him making out with the quarterback last night at the high carnival. He gets wild. Woody's got a real reputation.
What'll you do? I think the important thing about a date is to have a good time. And you don't need to spend a lot of money to do that. You just enjoy whatever you're doing.
Who's giving you that line of shit?
Yeah.
Whether it's movies or parties or anything. And you leave your boyfriend enough money so he'll ask you again. My, you'll be out late.
I can't understand that octave of her voice.
Yeah, no, she's saying that if you leave your boyfriend with enough money, he'll ask you out on a second date because he can take you out. So this is teaching the women to be subservient.
Frugal.
Yeah, frugal. Make sure you don't spend too much of his money. It's a whole thing.
Don't
it's like,
order the seafood tower
Yeah, don't order that.
in Vegas. The most
Don't order
expensive
the prime
restaurant.
rib seafood tower with crab cake and au jus.
Crab cake
Yeah.
extender.
I hope you don't mind. I ordered a champagne cream sauce tower. Fondue. Crab cakes, lobster, prime rib.
Anything you want.
Anything you want. Gold-plated casino chips. We're going to eat them all tonight. Don't worry about it. And I've got Lady Gaga coming to sing at the table for us. Oh, look, there's Phil Mickelson, the golfer. That's right. We're going out to play 9 tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
shit. I don't have any more money for a second day.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. Actually, I don't have enough money for this date. Can you call your mom and dad? Tell them to pick you up.
Western
I'll be in
Union.
the casino. Yeah.
Particularly late. Mom and Dad and I have an agreement about what time to come in. Look, will you be a honey and get my stockings from the bathroom? Sure.
Never in the history of ever has a teenager had an agreement about what time to come in. The parents have said 10. And 11, 10. Yeah. Okay, I guess. Yes, you do guess.
And before cell phones, hey kids, just before cell phones, it was a whole thing because my parents couldn't even get a hold of me.
No, my couldn't either.
You just had to trust that your kid was going to come home.
I had to check
in. There was no tracking. There was no cell phones. Yeah,
nope. No. It was all a whole different world. Like you went out, and there was a phone where you were, and you felt like you would call. Yeah.
I remember. Good luck, Krissy, in the world.
See you later. Me and your mom are going to go smoke some meth. Don't come back for a couple of days. Yeah, imagine how nerve-wracking that would have been. Just to send your child out into the world and then have no way of getting a hold of them and just praying that they come home. Yeah. What an anxiety-filled world. Maybe it is better that it's 2021. I could literally put a tracking device up Mia's ass.
Yes.
With a thermometer and say, "Come on, knock yourself out."
My sisters talked about putting them in their shoes.
Oh yeah, they have the little eye things now, like the eye button or whatever you call it, like Apple, and you can put them anywhere. Right, they're
just
tiny.
Get used to it.
I'm used to it. Yeah,
No, I mean kids.
Oh, okay. I thought I was being tracked.
Kid, just get used
Aster's
to
probably
it.
got a couple of those on me too. Yeah, I don't know what she needs it for. I'm right here in the studio.
Dad, were you excited the night of your first date?
I sure was.
So was I. I took my date seriously. A date was a major event. Why, the night of my first date, my date had a flat tire and he was an hour late. And he didn't even bother to call me. Well, when he finally came, I had to run upstairs and do my face and my hair all over again. Oh, I was so upset.
Because in an hour, it melted off.
Yeah. It takes me 3 hours.
I was all of a sudden disheveled. Waiting.
I had to put my wig on, my pantyhose, my girdle, my brassiere, my heels, my pumps. I had to wear 2 pairs of shoes back then. God forbid you show your toes in public. I had to psych myself up in front of the mirror. Don't talk. Don't say anything, especially when we're not dancing. We did another episode about being single, and one of the rules back from 1938 was don't talk while you're dancing. A man doesn't want to hear you when you're dancing.
Nope. He wants that cheek next to his.
That's right, cheek to cheek. That's it. I don't want to hear none of that yibber yabber. I don't want to hear none of that woman talk about emotions. Don't start crying on me. It really kills my boner.
And my buzz. Yeah. I've been drinking since noon.
I've been drinking since noon. Can you stay sober enough to drive us? You're a woman. You can't drive us home. Don't worry about it. I'd rather drive drunk than let you get behind the wheel. What do you know?
And the moral of that story is that I should be on time tonight, right?
You bet.
Hi, Woody. Oh, hi. Big night, eh?
Yeah.
Flowers. Anne won't expect flowers, will she?
Huh? Oh, I hardly think so. I'm taking these to Mary because it's a special occasion.
But I don't have to, unless it's a Ritzy affair.
That's the general idea. Flowers for a prom or a very special party. Otherwise, you don't need to.
Don't waste your money on flowers. She's not special enough. That Ann has been with every boy in the 4th grade.
Save it for booze.
Save it for liquor. Save it for Hot Dog Hamburger Hill or whatever they call it. Get up there to Hamburger Hill. Get yourself a couple of Ruffinolls and go to town, boy. 1938.
Oh.
Say, I'll have to run.
Me too. See you later.
Say, I'll have to run. Like, what does that talk? Say, Krissy, how you been?
I know, we start talking like that.
I gotta run. And
I'll go, okay, Bryan.
Okay, Bryan. I gotta skedaddle too. I only have 4 hours before my date. I better start putting my makeup on.
Is this the high country?
Yeah, that's
is
right.
a high teen?
That's a high teen party. That's a high teen carnival right there. It's a real swinging affair, Krissy, if you know what I mean. All the kids are in their bebop skirts. The greasers are in the back smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking cigarettes.
Combing their hair.
Jim Morrison is just being born. It's a whole thing. I don't know if you know this, but a swinging clarinet lets you know it's a rocking good time at the high teen affair.
Insane clown posse.
Nothing says party like a rock clarinet. Nothing says party like a clarinet. I don't know if you knew that.
I heard that.
I remember when I was in the band.
Good night.
A clarinet.
Did 33P?
No, 33P didn't, but I played saxophone.
That's
I played
why
the
you
alto
didn't
saxophone.
make it.
Probably.
That's it.
We didn't have a rock clarinet. Yeah.
We've now pinpointed things.
Yeah. No, I'm not knocking the woodwind section. I like the clarinet very much. But you don't see it around too much anymore. I mean, every once in a blue moon, someone breaks out a saxophone, which I think is really cool.
Oh,
right?
God, I love horns.
Love
We're not
horns,
talking
right?
horns.
Saxophone, horn section, you get it. But very rarely do you see a clarinet. The clarinet is like it's like the stepchild of the wood section. Yeah. It's for an orchestra, exactly, where no one sees it. Like third row, it's usually some diminutive woman. Usually the conductor is like,
tried the clarinet.
okay, clarinets, pipe down. I remember I was in band, and I had this band teacher. I won't give away his name. God forbid. God bless the guy. He was da-da-da-da. And he'd always be like, okay, clarinets, pipe down. No one wants to hear you. Under his breath, no one wants to hear that shit. Saxophones, give me more.
Yeah.
Drums. First chair saxophone. Hit first chair clarinet over the head with your horn. Yes, there you go. Okay, all right. Piccolo. Clarinet's bleeding. Go get her some tissues. Hate the fucking piccolo. There's never been a piccolo. Piccolo has 2 lines in any orchestra. The piccolo. Okay, second clarinet. Shut up. You're going to end up like first clarinet. I personally I never aspired to be first saxophone. I was okay with third. Because I just was kind of forgotten about it. If I wasn't playing the right notes, I just pretend.
Get called out.
Yeah, no.
Did you go like, but actually not blow anything?
Yeah, listen, half the time I didn't show up to like the football games and stuff, and I'm like, this sucks. I gotta go sit and play saxophone. I don't want to do that on a Friday night. I'd rather go get high.
The high teen.
At the high teen carnival. That's what I want to do. But the couple times that I had a good buddy named Russell, and he played baritone sax.
Oh,
and he was good. He was like a good baritone, but he played alto sax too. So sometimes we would enter competitions as like a baritone alto combo, and we'd have to like practice these things anyway. I think he ended up being first chair at some point. And sometimes he'd just look at me like, he'd look at me, and I'd be like. I didn't even have my mouth on the thing. I was like,
I wish you'd bust it out and dance, but not really be playing.
Yeah.
Acting like you are.
Okay, Green, we know you just you're a warm butt in the chair. Just shut up.
Settle down, Green.
Okay, Green, pretend like you're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when we started a new piece of music, everybody would break into their groups and they do it, and then we come back together, and then he'd be listen. We were horrible anyway. It was just bad. It was just bad. It was just like a high school band, a small high school band,
right?
And so and the conductor he'd be so excited about it, and he'd give us his hand and tell us to get more and more and more, and I'd be like, I don't even know I don't know what page we're on. Everyone would be page on 6. I'd be on page 1. I always remember feeling such anxiety about being totally lost, and I'd be like,
I'm surprised you didn't show Astrid's parents.
No, I haven't broken out the saxophone yet. Nope. I haven't broken out the saxophone yet.
The end of a perfect evening. But how do you say goodnight?
With your tongue, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Don't, please.
Did she say don't, please?
No, he said don't leave. He just left.
He just took
He
off.
ghosted her. Yeah, he's like, I hope you have a good night, Becky. I did not. You spent all my money. There's no money for a second date. I gotta go. I'm embarrassed.
Fresh out.
Fresh out. I gotta go tune up for tomorrow's saxophone recital.
What a.m.?
Or it could go this way.
Well, so long.
Well, so
long.
Could go that way.
Just like that. After all, a girl likes to know you've had a good time.
It's so long. It's not.
Yeah.
So long.
I guess something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know.
I mean,
Hey, listen. I think in 2021, anybody can take anything.
yeah, hey kids, that's what you need to do. Don't ghost. Just say so long.
What is the
those words?
Yes, just say so long,
least.
and that way you can reserve judgment for later.
Yes.
You sleep on it, sleep with somebody else on it. Just figure it out. Let me ask you a question. What is the appropriate amount of time to wait to text somebody back, like to text somebody after a first date?
Oh, I mean, I think, next day.
Depends on how much I had to drink.
Well-
if I had a lot to drink, I'd probably be texting
Sorry.
before I get out of the Uber. Sorry. I'm not your dream man. But can I be your now man?
I don't think there's a rule.
yeah.
I think it's, customized.
Some people say the 3-day rule.
I know.
Right? But I think that's way outdated. I think that's
do
before
too.
cell phones.
Yeah. Then you think you're ghosted.
Yeah, then you definitely
In
think
this
you're ghosted.
age of immediate gratification, like if you don't hear
That's right.
something by the next day,
That's right.
then they've driven off a cliff.
I think a couple of hours to the next morning. If you've had a good time, right? If you haven't had a good time, just text them immediately. Say so
I had
long.
a good time.
What?
So long.
Just send them a voicemail.